Hey there YouTube world, Matt Schwartz here, the Welding Geek. On this episode I'm going to really quickly show you how I use a shrinker and a stretcher and kind of what they're used for. So, stay tuned to the video. Alright, first thing we got here is the shrinker. And how this actually works is there's a lever on the back, and as you press down on the lever, see right here how those teeth are grabbing and pulling in? And what that does is it grabs the metal and pulls it together to shrink it. Let me show you how this works. Just an aluminum angle made out of 063, 3003 aluminum. I'm just going to put this in here, push the lever down, and it will start gathering the material together. As it does that, see, it starts to give it a curve. You have these waves here, and that's okay. You just go in with the DA, flatten it out, smooth it out, and it looks pretty good. Capabilities of this thing, let's see. The deeper you go in here, the less it's going to stretch. So you can usually start in deep, and then the further out you are in the teeth, the more it's going to stretch. I'll show you here real quick on how tight you can do this. You could actually, with a smaller leg, you could probably get it even tighter. Just keep on working it, bringing it out, get it tighter. That's about it. If you made this leg shorter, you could probably get the curl even more. But some of the other uses, except for bending angles like this, is you could, I use them on, like, say the shoulder bell here. You can see the marks here. And I just use that to actually gather this material together to get it to start curving for me. And then I go in with the hammer and planish it. This just to give it a head start into pulling it into that radius. But that's the shrinker, gathering the material together and pulling it this way. And now I'll show you the stretcher. All right, we've got the stretcher, and this works just the opposite. I put the lever down, it pulls these teeth apart, and it pulls the material apart. I'll show you how this works here. Same as the shrinker, except just pulling it the opposite. So with this pair, you can make some really complex curves. Like you saw in my case build, I used this to make those curves in that cool case. The one thing about the stretcher though, unlike the shrinker where it's pulling and gathering everything together, since the stretcher is pulling stuff apart, you can actually go too far and boom, it pulls it apart. How you can actually make it so you can go further would be to anneal this piece, and then it would allow you to go just a little further in the stretching process. So be careful when you're stretching, especially when you're, yeah, just like that, when you're working on a piece and you're getting super far and you put a half an hour in the piece and then bam, it cracks. Come on, focus. Cracks and it's garbage. I've done that a lot. It's not fun, so be careful with the stretcher. And you can use annealing to get it to go even further. Alright, this is a real world application of what I use the shrinker and stretcher for. It's a bow housing shroud for a funny car. I have shrunken this lip and stretch this lip to make this the shroud for fire protection for a funny car driver. Anyway, like I said, I have screwed up many of these by cracking this back seam and having to start all over after you're in it an hour or so. So be careful when you're using that stretcher. It can get you in trouble. So yeah. Anyway, I hope this video was informative. I hope you now know a little bit about a shrinker and stretcher and what I'm using them for. So if you're enjoying these videos that I'm doing on the tools and on my other videos, subscribe and like and do all that fun stuff if you want to, and I'll keep on rolling them out. Thanks again, guys. My name is Matt Schwartz, and I'm the Welding Geek, and thanks for watching.